Case number 25CR42558, the State of Ohio versus Chelsea Sumter. How old are you?
34.
How far did you go in school?
College.
Can you read and write?
Yes.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Has anyone promised you how the court would sentence you in this case?
No.
Has anyone threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty against your will?
No.
Are you satisfied with the representation you've received from Mr. Huss?
Yes.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No.
Do you take medication that interferes with your ability to understand what's going on today? The first, this document says that you're entering a plea of guilty to one count of failure to comply with an order or signal of a police officer with a prior conviction. That is a felony of the third degree and carries a maximum penalty of 60 months in prison and a maximum fine of $10,000. The prison term is not mandatory. The second count is one of operating a vehicle under the influence, a misdemeanor of the first degree. That carries a maximum penalty of 180 days in jail and a maximum fine of $1,075. This offense also carries with it mandatory penalties of at least 3 days in the Warren County Jail, a fine of at least $565, and an operator's license suspension of 1 to 3 years. Do you understand the maximum? In addition to those penalties on the felony charge, you're also subject to a mandatory period of post-release control, which means that if you are sent to prison on that charge, when you are released, the adult parole authority will supervise you for a period of up to 3 years, but not less than 1 year. If you violate those rules of supervision, is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year, or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer, and that time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. Do you understand that? But it's not mandatory that you're sent to prison at all. The court does have discretion to place you into community control, what some refer to as probation. While on community control, you'll have rules you must follow. If you fail to follow those rules, the court has the authority to extend the term of your community control or to impose additional, more severe sanctions, which can include local jail time or prison. Do you understand that? Now, you are presumed innocent of these charges. You cannot be sentenced or punished unless you plead guilty or you're found guilty following a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to trial by jury. You can choose not to testify in your own defense. If you don't testify, that will not be used against you, and I will instruct the jury that they are not permitted to infer your guilt nor anything from your silence. Do you understand that? The burden of proof is on the prosecutor. At your trial, you're not required, right? Okay. Now, do you understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you're going to be waiving all of these rights that we just discussed, and there's not going to be a trial?
Right.
That's how you want to proceed, right?
That's what was suggested to me.
Well, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, just because I don't have as much knowledge.
Well, it has nothing to do with knowledge. You're relying on, you've gone over the evidence with Mr. Huss, correct?
Right.
And he's given you his recommendations as far as the likelihood that you of going to trial and what could happen, right?
Yeah.
And you understand all that.
Right, I understand.
And you're understanding that you're entering this plea now, and you understand that we're not going to do the trial route.
I understand.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Nicholson's going to read a statement of facts. I need you to listen carefully to what she says, because I'm going to ask you if what she if what she says is true. Okay. So just listen to what her statement is.
Your Honor, if this case would have proceeded to trial, the state would have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that on or about December 31st, 2025, in the city of Franklin, Officer Roselle was called out to concerns of an impaired driver. He located the defendant, believed her to be intoxicated, initiated a traffic stop. He conversed with the defendant for about a minute on that traffic stop, noticed a number of indicators of impairment, asked her to step out of the vehicle to speak with him. She put the vehicle in drive and pulled off at a high rate of speed. She swerved in between traffic, hit a curb before Officer Roswell lost sight of her. Springboro units responded to her residence, where she was found hiding in a closet. She continued to exhibit indicators of impairment after being located at her residence, which I believe is 2 to 3 miles from the initial traffic stop.
Mr. Huss, anything on those facts?
Just, Your Honor, that's exactly what the discovery reflects.
Okay. Ms. Markham, were you able to understand and follow everything that Ms. Nicholson's read?
I wasn't able to follow a lot of it, but I had switched medications during the time, so it's blurry to me.
Okay, but as of right now, you're able to understand things now. You're saying you were blurry back then because of your medications?
Yeah.
Were you drinking alcohol on top of that?
On top of that.
Yeah, that's not a good combination.
No, sir.
Do you admit that what she said is true?
Yeah.
And again, you understand all of the rights you are giving up when you enter a plea of guilty, those rights that you and I just went over.
Right.
You understand all those?
I understand.
Okay, tell me what your plea is.
Guilty.
Okay. Court will make a finding then that you've made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of your constitutional rights that we've discussed. The court will accept your plea of guilty, and based upon the statement of facts in your plea, the court will make a finding of guilty. Ms. Markham, I'm going to order a pre-sentence investigation, and we'll come back in a few weeks and do sentencing at that time, okay?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Case number 25CR42558, the State of Ohio versus Chelsea Sumter. Ms. Sumter previously was here for a preliminary probation violation hearing and waived her right to counsel and admitted to the violation. I understand you're continuing to violate my orders as well. I don't understand. This is not that difficult. You have a substance use disorder. You continue to use a substance that I forbid you to use. This isn't complicated.
I understand.
Well, at this time, you're going into custody. Deputy, take her into custody. You will be screened on Monday for Judge Peeler's recovery court, but until you are screened, if you'll talk to Jennifer, have this put back in my docket for Monday afternoon, but she's going to spend the weekend in jail. If you continue to use Ms. Sumter, I'm going to tell you right now that the sanctions will continue to increase. So this time's going to be let's see, today's Friday, 1, 2, 3 days in jail. And that next time's going to be 10, and we're just going to keep increasing it until you get the message that you're going to follow my orders or you're not. Okay, that's it.
No. Oh.